A new report shows Connecticut has a long way to go before they're really competing with other states for affordability. I'll have more on that coming up next.
Southern Yellow Jackets make its way to Connecticut. We're going to share some advice to help you keep you and your family safe.
Also, machinists at Boeing have voted to walk off the job. We'll tell you what executives fear this move will do to the plane maker.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for waking up with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Tim Lambert's got more sun on tap for today as we are getting a taste of summer heat because, well, it is still summer, at least for a little while, right?
Yeah, I'll take it as long as we can get it. We're checking in with Matt for details there.
9 more days. 9 more days of summertime before we change over into autumn.
9 more days to enjoy.
And, you know, if we can have the 9 more days like we had for the last 5 or 6, I think we're going to be just fine. Even if we have 1 or 2 of them that aren't as great. I think our batting average has been stellar last couple of days. Still feeling fabulous out there. Humidity is up. All right, it's up back to like normal levels for September. It's nothing you can't handle. A summer blast and weekend numbers. We'll talk about that coming up. Here's a look at a satellite radar picture as it has been all week long. There's nothing to show you. 56 degrees in Hartford, 58 New Haven. Got a little fog out there in some spots. River fog, mainly valley areas. Be mindful of that. 53 in Groton. Your dew points, and here's why. They're also in the mid to upper 50s in parts. So you get that temperature cooling down quickly to the humidity, to the dew point level. Relative humidity is at 100%, and that helps, you know, develop a little bit of that fogginess. Flow is coming out of the south. So if you look down to the south over Philly and DC, you see some higher dew points. So we're starting to bring that up just a little bit. I would not be overly concerned. Here's the school bus forecast. Double nickels now. Temperatures getting into the lower 80s later on, which is nice, which is warm, and which is not even the warmest, or in this case, hottest temperature that we have in a 7-day. I'll show you that coming up in a few minutes. 6:02, I'll show you Rachel Piscatelli right now. There she is.
Hey, good morning, Matt.
Good morning to you. Ready for this weekend?
No, I am ready for this weekend. Yeah, nice weather over the weekend. You get to enjoy it.
I will meet you at the beach. I'll be under the umbrella with my book and my lemonade on.
Save me a spot.
You bet.
I'll be there. All right, 6:02 right now. And along the shoreline, we do have various road work on 95 this morning. First off in Stonington on 95 northbound, out by exits 90 and 91 or through about 93 or so. So be mindful of that. That's going to be wrapping up momentarily. Also in Clinton this morning, 95 south near exit 64 and 63. We do have a lane block because of construction. Branford is a road work that was out by 54 and 55 has cleared. Volume is light along that stretch. And your drive times there, Branford to New Haven is 6 minutes. New Haven to Bridgeport, a 30-minute drive. Tim and Erica, good morning.
Rachel, good morning and thank you. Protesters and several state leaders want Governor Lamont to call a special session to roll back the charges. Oh, many say they shouldn't have to contribute to other people's unpaid utility bills. The governor has previously said that he doesn't believe a special session is needed and that the issue can wait until the regular legislative session next year.
The average consumer can't afford it, and nobody should have to pay those benefits.
Oh, that was just one of several people calling for change to the public benefits portion of the utility bill. A new report shows our state faces uphill battles when it comes to affordability.
Yeah, researchers looked at several factors like electric rates, housing costs, and transportation. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin joins us live at the Capitol this morning with what they found and what lawmakers had to say about it. Brooke, good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, the Connecticut Business and Industry Association, also known as the CBIA, are the ones who conducted this report. Now, they say in order for Connecticut to stay competitive with other states, a lot of things need to actually improve before that can happen. That can include transportation options, housing, then the affordability of it, and of course, that electric rate affordability as well. That's something that we've been talking a lot about in the past couple of weeks. But right now, we rank pretty low across the board on all all of those, so there are a lot of improvements that still need to be made according to that report. Now, it shows that a number of factors are something that they look at when looking at Connecticut as a whole. The association says Connecticut is the 9th most expensive state in the nation, with an average cost of living around $47,000 a year. As for housing, we rank 10th most expensive when looking at the percentage of households that are cost burdened while paying for a place to rent or own. The report shows 35% of people are struggling with those costs. However, the electric cost data is the shocker of this report. It shows that the electric prices have gone up a pretty staggering 54% since 2013. That's compared to the national average of 26% in that same time frame. Connecticut's Republican leaders responded to the report saying, quote, "This roadmap to make our state more competitive is much appreciated. The opportunities to grow this economy are many. Many of these common sense recommendations would ease permitting and regulatory burdens and not cost overburdened taxpayers a penny to implement." The report also mentions the state of businesses. It shows the overall cost of having a business here ranks 43rd in the country due to high taxes and expenses, such as, again, electricity. That's something that just keeps coming up in just about every topic of affordability that we've really gone over the past few weeks. I'm sure it will continue to do so. But as far as today, I do hope to talk to Democratic lawmakers and leaders, talk to the governor as well, try to get some sort of reaction from them on this report, see where they think we can go next. We'll have that later today. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much for the update there. Well, 6:06, and this morning there is a new aggressive insect that has made its way to Connecticut. We're talking about the southern yellow jackets. Experts say they bite and sting people and pets more than once. One man with more than 30 years of experience in getting rid of these pests say that this summer has been the busiest he's seen with removing yellow jackets.
This is the type of yellow jacket that you hear people say, I ripped off all my clothes running inside because they would not leave me alone.
My sister and brother-in-law unfortunately just lost their dog this summer to a yellow jacket. And the vets, he had an anaphylactic reaction to a yellow jacket and died. I'm not into being alarmist about things. Like, I still come out and walk and, you have to live our lives, but yeah, it's concerning.
It sure is, my goodness. Well, experts say it's not easy to see the yellow jackets as they like to nest in bushes or in holes in the ground. People should keep their eyes out for these creatures while doing yard work and playing outside. Yikes. Well, this morning, East Hartford police investigating what led to an SUV hitting a pedestrian last night. It happened near the corner of Main Street and Burnside Avenue. Police tell us that a person was sent to the hospital. We don't know right now how they're doing this morning.
State police said one person was found dead after a house fire in Thompson, a fire that they're calling suspicious. State police said it started late Wednesday night on Quaddock Town Farm Road after getting reports of explosions. They said a few hours later they found a man who lives in the house. They said he was found about 200 feet into the woods and he had been seriously burned, so he was taken to a hospital. Neighbors said they were surprised to hear about what happened, and they said the homeowners kept their property maintained.
The house was very nice, well kept. They had a nice barn, had like a rec room above it with a deck that came out. My wife and I walked by there quite often, and they were outside, pulling weeds, cleaning up the yard, that sort of stuff.
Now, we still don't know what led up to the fire. The State Police Fire and Explosives Unit, though, is investigating. Ansonia police said 2 people were shot to death inside a home on Westfield Avenue, and they said as of now, all the evidence points to it being a murder-suicide. Officers said that around 5 a.m., a man forced his way into his ex-wife's home. It appears he shot her multiple times and then shot himself. Police said 2 of the couple's 3 kids were home at the time, and there are no reports that any of them were hurt. One neighbor told us he's surprised about what happened.
It's a quiet neighborhood. And something like this happening, we never, thought it would be right here happening. We never had any murders or anything in this area.
Well, police said this was an isolated incident. There's no threat to the public. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, we've got resources you can access discreetly on FOX61.com.
Resources at the Omni Hotel in New Haven are still on strike this morning. They're just one of several Omni hotels in the country walking off the job. And these employees include housekeepers, bartenders, front desk agents, room service servers as well.
Primarily, what we are asking for as a union is wages that make up for inflation that has skyrocketed in the past 2 years, as well as affordable insurance that all of our members would be able to get on, and a dignified retirement plan for when they've actually left this hotel.
We reached out to the Omni Hotel to see where it stands on the issue. We haven't heard back yet, but when we do, we'll let you know.
Well, new this morning, 33,000 machinists at Boeing are set to go on strike. Their union said workers voted to reject a contract that would have given them a 25% pay raise spread out over 4 years. In that same vote, they also authorized a strike. Executives told workers that a strike would put Boeing's recovery efforts into question. They said it will also raise doubts about Boeing's ability to deliver airplanes on time. Flight attendants at American Airlines faced a big decision about their contracts. Coming up in our next hour at 7 o'clock, we'll tell you what they decided to do that hasn't been done in nearly 5 years.